In this tutorial, we're going to remove a microphone from a shot. Sometimes you have a shot which is really great, and then you pan the camera around or you move around, and all of a sudden you have a microphone or something else sitting in your shot that you would like to remove. Normally you would throw the shot away or do it again, but I'll show you a technique that is actually enabling you to get rid of certain elements of your shot. Here we have a microphone in the lower left corner, lower right corner, excuse me, of the screen, because in our case actually we had really no other choice of where to place the microphone to get good audio, and we didn't have like lav mics or anything available to us. So let's get started. What I want to do is I want to duplicate this layer first. So I'll select my layer and hit Ctrl D on a Windows machine, or Apple D on a Mac, to make a duplicate of that layer. And then I want to mask around this microphone, leaving a little bit of space on every side, which we will need later once we start to feather that mask. So we'll go around, let's do that one again, until we have a mask all around. Then what I want to do is click on my layer and hit M on the keyboard to bring up my masks, and click on that mask so it's all selected. And then I want to move that mask somewhere where there is no microphone in the shot, somewhere like here, and then I want to hit V on the keyboard to get back to my select tool. Click on that mask so it selects that area of the screen where it's masked out now, and then move that on top of that microphone. Then I want to go to the mask, click on it, and hit F on the keyboard so my feathering options become available. And I'll go really extreme so you can see that what feathering does, it kind of blends the edges together. Because if I wouldn't do that, then you can see here that if I get rid of that mask, you will see like the lines here from where the image just doesn't really belong together. But when I bring up my feathering, kind of here, so it's about 6 pixels, you'll see that those edges are now blended together. And you can't really tell anymore that it was masked there. So basically that's how we get rid of that microphone. I'll press H on the keyboard to get to my hand too, and I can move around a little bit. Or I can just fit up to 100% so I get to see everything again. I want to show you one other technique, because in this case the actor actually crosses. He sits in front of that microphone, so you can see here that his hand disappears. Let's zoom in on that, because that's where our layer sits on top, or a masked out layer. So part of his hand disappears, his jacket. So what we want to do to rectify that is duplicate the bottom layer again, put that on top, and then we want to create a couple of masks. So if we zoom in here a little bit more even, we can mask out this jacket. We'll just sort of cheat it a little bit. Just like that. I can see we need a little bit more than that. So what we'll do is actually just make sure that all attaches again. So make that mask a little bit bigger, and then here I always work with multiple mask out like little bits at a time, and then we can see sort of see what we need, make some extra points right there, and go around and bring in the detail up. Just move points around and bring in the detail. Don't do anything more than you need, but don't do anything less either. If you want to get back to your pen tool, hit G on the keyboard and just mask out that hand. So sort of like that. that'll do. And then just like that. We can leave that just like that. And masking is a pretty boring job, but you'll do it a lot in visual effects. It's one of the main tricks to get layers to work together. So that kind of works. We can see a little bit of that microphone there, so we'll have to refine that mask a little bit. Just like that. Yeah. That'll do for now. Like, you want to be a lot more precise than this, but yeah. Now, if we hit that third layer and hit M on the keyboard so we get our masks, what you want to do is keyframe them. And we'll do it from here. So like we'll make keyframes here, and then you want to move forward a little bit. Well, you can see that now his position has changed. So now we want to like take those masks and make sure that they fit again around whatever he's doing. So in this case we can actually be quite brutal with it because he was moving quite fast. Yeah. Oh, let's undo that. Let's see where we are. So we are not seeing the microphone. The shot looks natural. Let's move one frame forward. It seems to be going well from here on. So we're actually done there, but you want to go back as well. And well, we do see the microphone here. So I just want to like make sure that that sort of is resolved here. So yeah, and then here we do see it again, so just make sure that you get rid of that. Here you want to get all around him. That was the one we already did. Oh, this is quite a tough one because he blends together quite well with the microphone. So yeah, I mean, the way you would resolve that is just to make more masking points and make sure that you're really precise with this. I mean, I'm not going to be very precise because obviously this can take up quite a lot of time, and it's not really that interesting to sit there and watch somebody masking out. You know, frame by frame. In the end, you do want to go to your feathering options for both those masks and set them to about like 2 pixels, just so that it kind of blends together a bit better. But yeah, I mean, you can see here already he's you know, getting there. and then here, from here it's fine. So basically just go and mask whatever you need to hide, and then, you know, wherever his hand crosses that microphone, that piece that we fixed on the second layer, just make sure that it all looks natural, and that's about all there is to it. Finally, oh, that's another problem. We'll fix that right now. So where he wasn't crossing the microphone yet, those masks were actually already visible, those top ones. So basically, whatever it's, I can show you when I look at those masks, those pieces are bringing back the microphone, because this is a copy of the original layer which had the microphone in it. So what we want to do here is go all the way to the beginning, set keyframes for both those masks. Actually, the position is not, you can undo that. Actually set keyframes for the mask opacity. So, and then we can move those back to 0%, and you can see that now the microphone is gone. And then right where you need it, I'll do it like around here, where I need to start masking. Maybe I need to start masking here. I'll go one frame back, set a keyframe for opacity again, and then one frame forward, and then actually increase, that's the expansion, increase the opacity to 100% for those masks. So that's the moment they actually start working. And in this case, you might want to actually move this mask to move with his hand. So already put this one on his hand and then move it downwards, so it's like a natural transition into that microphone, because now it's bringing back the microphone when his hand isn't covering it up yet. So just bring this mask up to his hand and mask out his hand. You can be pretty rough, and then move it down until it crosses the microphone, and mask accordingly. So finally, to complete this shot, we'll give it a quick grade, because that always makes it look nicer. So I would go about it to pre-compose these layers, so you can just work with one layer. Make sure you move all the attributes into the new composition, and then you have this one layer to work with. We'll go to my effects and presets. I don't think normally I would actually go and put Neat Video's noise reduction onto this, because the cameras that we shoot with are usually quite noisy, so that means there's a lot of grain in them. You can just auto profile and auto fine tune, usually works fine. I would recommend to check out that plugin, because it can save really noisy shots, and it's quite powerful when you go beyond the auto features. Then I use a plugin called Film Convert, which gives you kind of that film stock emulation. You've got a few different stocks in here, and I've already found out that I like the Fuji Super X the most for this one. So you can already see how that changes the colors quite dramatically. Quite like this as a base, and I turn the grain down to 30%. A lot of people use Film Convert as the final step of their color correction / color grading process. I've actually learned that putting it on first of all gives you more control over the colors, even though this does have color correction features in them. But second of all, the grain actually helps with like the so-called banding of colors. So yeah, I've started actually doing this before I do anything else, and then I use Color Finesse, which comes with After Effects, to do my final correction / grading. I've kind of like Frankenstein the two processes together. I'm like, I do my color correction and my grading all in like one step, because I don't really see the use of doing that in a two-step process with the way I work. So we'll just wait until my slow laptop brings up the actual interface completely. And I'll just go through this quickly. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on color grading. We'll do a separate tutorial on that. Just waiting for it to load. I might have to actually speed up this part of the video because it seems to be taking its sweet time. No, it is literally refusing. So what we'll do is we'll actually we'll grade with other tools then. First of all, I'll usually get a curves adjustment on there. Just bringing in some enhanced contrast, and then I'll take a levels as well. So I'm not really doing this on my scopes this time, but I'll do it by eye, and it won't be as good, but at least you'll get a bit of a clearer picture. That'll probably be a bit overexposed right in this area here. I'll leave it here though. And then usually take out a bit of the saturation sort of here, put in a bit more vibrance. Yeah, that looks sort of alright. We'll do a better tutorial on color grading, but I'm okay with this for now. It looks better than it was anyway. And then I'll take an unsharp mask usually, put that on, and then bring that to 2010, like that. And what that does is just it creates a little bit of sharpness in the shot, but not like a really sharp edge. And it basically this setting, especially increasing the radius a little bit, it emulates that that one filter in Camera Raw that everybody really likes, which is it's not called sharpness, but it's called something else. I'll put a note on the screen once I get to it, if I can. Clarity, the clarity slider. So that is what it kind of emulates, and I just really like that. It just gives this little bit of an enhanced feel to the shot. So yeah, that's how to get rid of a microphone and a little bit of grading. So we started off with this, and we just we came up with this in the end, and it looks quite good. I like it. So that's it for this tutorial.